biased stuff.
No, but what am I saying that's untrue? Americans gave away $500 billion to charity last year, voluntarily. We've taken half of the world's immigrants. Half.
Do you know how those trusts work?
No.
Do you know that only 5% of the money that you put into a non-profit or a charity even has to be used?
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you are feeling good. Today we'll be checking out a video where Charlie Kirk was triggered, and it's titled, "I go to Portland to melt snowflakes." Wow. Let's see how this goes. Go.
America is the greatest country ever to exist. Not even close. What country would you say is the greatest?
Define greatest. What makes a country great?
Most productive, most accepting, most generous, most benevolent.
Most accepting?
Yes. We've taken half the world's immigrants every single year. How is this not accepting? What does that have to do about not being accepting?
Who are you?
My name is Charlie Kirk and I love America.
Why are you here?
Because I love talking with people I disagree with.
What have you done for your country?
Started an organization that's now on 1,000+ campuses to save the greatest culture and country ever to exist.
Hires vets.
And hires vets.
And hires vets.
And I've had thousands of hours of conversation about these ideas.
What's with the cameras? Is it necessary?
Well, considering I've been assaulted, followed, stalked, and had things thrown at me, the greatest protection I have is cameras. It's a public space. Okay. One second, I want to wrap this up. It's all good. But what country would you say is greater than this one?
I think you'd have to define great.
I just said, I mean, we've taken half.
Your definition of great.
I mean, we are the.
Can you say that the United States of America has always made the greatest decision? Because nobody's perfect, right?
No, I never said America was a perfect country, ever.
Okay, yeah.
Nor have we. We've made a lot of mistakes.
That any other country has done anything great?
No. That's not what I've said.
Then why do you go to that extreme?
Because from an objective analysis.
An objective analysis.
Correct. Of world history. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, exactly.
We are the most creative, the most accepting, the most benevolent, the most generous, most forward-thinking and productive country ever to exist. We are a country that sent 37,000 of our own citizens to die on the Korean Peninsula so South Korea could exist, and we asked for nothing in return. No country's ever done anything close to that. We sent a
education come from?
reading history.
Reading history.
How is that not true what I just said?
Reading what history? What kind of bias stuff?
No, but what am I saying that's untrue? Americans gave away $500 billion to charity last year, voluntarily. We've taken half of the world's immigrants. Half.
Do you know how those trusts work?
No.
Do you know that only 5% of the money that you put into a non-profit or a charity even has to be used?
So
Which is more than they make on interest, you realize.
So most charities and most foundations will use 90+% of the net assets they get every single year. What?
Got any facts with you? Or you're just
Yeah, you can look at the IRS website. I understand what I'm saying might bother you, but we're also the most accepting, least racist, most diverse, multiracial country in the world by far. We've been in. Okay, how? Look at the United.
the most accepted.
We've taken half the world's immigrants every single year.
So?
So
You don't think other countries do other? Why is most America in poverty?
most America's not living in poverty.
Really?
Yes,
Are
really.
you educated on that subject?
We're the richest country in the world by far. We have an American middle class is a uniquely
You ever
American
talk to
concept.
poor people? You ever walk down the street and seen all the homeless people?
You mean-
Excuse me, I grew up in a gang-infested neighborhood. So you want to talk to poor people, we're talking to you from a perspective of people that have experienced.
You know that America's poor are actually in the
You wanna know
richest
my alma
1%
mater?
in the
How
world.
much research have you done?
A remarkable
The
amount
richest 1% of what?
of people in the world.
How's the richest 1%? What about the rest of us?
No, what I'm saying is that a very poor person in America is relatively extraordinarily rich by world standards. Yes,
Why would you say that?
because they have access to air conditioning, medical care, cable television, Wi-Fi,
Do all
transportation.
Americans have access to medical care?
90+%.
Bankruptcy?
What is
Or both?
Medicaid? Tell me what Medicaid is.
Medicaid.
45
Does
million
everybody
poor
have
Americans have access to health care through a
What if
Medicaid.
they reach the median level of income, but they can't afford their medical bills?
They
Or
can go
can't
on
afford health
Medicaid. That's
insurance.
what
You know how much
Medicaid
health
is for.
insurance is a month?
How many people are on Medicaid?
How many?
45 million. We have a safety net for poor people. It's called Medicaid,
Okay.
run by
Why
state
are so many
exchanges.
homeless people living on the street with mental health problems?
In Oregon? Because
Yes,
the
well, that's
governor-
because of a Democrat governor and a Democrat mayor and a Democrat supermajority in the House and the Senate. You show me an American ghetto, I'll show you a Democrat in control. Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland. The prosperous states, the states that...
To blame Democrats?
Yes. Yes, there hasn't been a Democrat governor of Oregon since 1982. I mean, a Republican governor of Oregon since 1982.
Is that a great time? Is 1982 a great time for Republicans? Is that, why is it Republican Democrat? You know anything about
Because
progressives? You know
Republicans
anything
generally...
about progressives?
What about progressive? What is...
You know anything about the progressive
You mean
party?
socialists or Marxists?
Socialists? Are you going to call me a communist next
I'll call
time?
you a Marxist.
About anything outside of your bubble?
What do you think about Karl Marx? Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Bingo. Yeah, I mean, he is the author of basically everything the progressive movement believes. Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto.
Communist manifesto.
Have you-
say that progressives are communists?
Because the progressives argue for everything that is democratic socialism. So Bernie Sanders, who is the...
So criminal justice reform?
I believe in criminal justice reform. You and I could agree with
That's
that.
part of the progressive party.
Do you believe in free education?
I mean, it depends. Is it state education?
Do you believe...
Are
I
you-
mean,
are you talking about private education?
do you believe...
Where do you draw the lines? I mean, high school education is free, right?
No, it's not. You pay property taxes. It's far from free. You pay a lot more in property taxes than you'll ever get out of your local high school education. Nothing is free. Everything is paid for by somebody at some point. The most prosperous parts of the world and in this country are more center-right conservative Republican leadership. Thank you for the conversation. You want to talk?
No, not at all. Just trying to read your shirt.
Oh, it says U.S. Border Patrol.
I get everything you're about.
Mine?
What am I about? Tell me. I'm about the rule of law.
Can you read it?
Woman's place is in the House and Senate.
Yeah, I agree.
The Senate.
Strong, smart sisters are a strength.
Yep. There you go.
Conservative ones, yes.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
Yes.
And this beta production over here on the side is hearing every word coming out of your mouth. Projection is a powerful thing.
So is truth.
When they said I was gay in high school, I learned so much about them later on, about what they were afraid of and what was going on. By all means, continue, because I love everything that comes out of your mouth. I learn everything I need to know from whatever they're projecting. It could be anything. You're dumb, you're ugly, whatever. I am very, very much, in a meta sense, appreciating what you're doing.
Likewise.
Because civil discourse is extremely important.
No,
because,
I totally agree with that.
The right saying, this is my Bible and that's it. And the left saying, no, we're right and you're going to listen to us. Neither one of them's right.
Oh, neither one.
Neither one is right. No. Because wait. If I give you John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. How many people that know that can give me John 3:17? Because when I was in English class, you had to actually have context. Like, I'll give you a good example of context. Judas went and hanged himself. Jesus said, go ye and do likewise. So what is John 3:17?
You tell me.
No. I'm pissed off that nobody effing knows.
What's John 1:1, biblical scholar?
F you too.
Oh, okay. For first
Oh,
there
I
was
see
the
you
Word.
ate one too?
For first
Oh, I
there was
see
the
you ate
Word,
one
and
too.
the Word was God, and the
For
God
the
was
Son
man.
of Man came into the world not to condemn the world. All of you. But that the world through him might be saved, dude. Might be saved. They're going off a cliff into a fire and no, you're going to figure this out because we told you, mother. You know, the only time that Jesus got violent was with money changers.
when they were
with
trading
the
in the
people
trade
that were
market.
making money off the people of God, which is what our theology today is based upon.
What's the parable
It's
of the-
capitalism.
what's the parable
it's
of the
the American
talents?
way.
What's
Thank you, God.
What's the parable of the talents?
The parable of the talents. Use it or lose it.
Oh, so isn't that
If
what
you bury
capitalism
your talent-
encourages? Isn't that what a free market encourages? Production, reinvestment.
Yeah, and copyright and trademark, and you're not going to do it because we got there first and you're staying the hell out.
Well, Jesus believed in private property rights. That's why he said, "Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's." Right. So
That's right. I don't owe you a penny.
Correct, and I wouldn't.
I owe you my love.
I wouldn't
I
take
owe
anything
you
from
my
you.
love. I owe my caring for you, as a fellow human being. It's called agape, the love that
Yes.
put Jesus on the cross.
Correct. Love you
Because
for me.
I have a beautiful sister here, but erotic isn't the first thing that comes to mind. Sister is.
Oh,
Phileo, the Greek word in the Bible, phileo, strong, smart sister. That's the first thing that comes into my mind. But I had to get past my dirty 30s 20 years before I could do that. I'm just a dirty hippie freak, don't mind me.
nah, I didn't say that. Nor do I think it.
It's not UHF, it's DHF, the Dirty Hippie Freak Show. 5 years on YouTube, 3 years making money with it, my second Black Skull Carnival. Love is the answer, ladies and gentlemen. Salam alaikum.
Inshallah, which means
Namaste.
what? Go with God.
Let there be love.
Thanks. Nothing we're saying is against love. We love
Oh,
this
your
country.
fruit, you shall know that.
Correct. Blessed are the poor, so they shall inherit the earth.
So explain to me then the
how are
caging.
you
Is it-
helping
Explain.
kind of
Okay,
improve
so
If I were a child.
first and
How they
foremost,
get
no
treated.
children were caged
So I
under
will
this
say-
administration. They were caged under the Obama administration.
No, I didn't ask that question. You obviously just turned it into a political thing, pushing it on Obama. You avoided the question
Okay,
and pointed
so-
the finger at Obama. I didn't ask
No, but
if Trump did it.
you said
I
child
asked,
caging.
are they in there?
They're
Yes
not.
or
They're
no?
not in cages. They're not.
They're not in prisons right now.
They're not in prisons. No.
They're not being held.
They're being separated from the people that brought them across the southern border.
And you were blaming this on Obama. Why?
Again,
Why?
you used caging. There's no one in
Why?
cages right
I'm
now
sorry, I asked a question and you deferred to Obama.
because he was
Had
the only
nothing-
president that put children in cages. Trump
You're
did not.
getting really upset, aren't you?
So let me ask you a question. What agency goes after child sex traffickers most vehement?
According to you, it's ICE.
And according to all independent audits as well.
All of them. All or nothing is a fallacy.
Well, there's no one that has found that to be untrue.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll make sure to investigate that myself. I find it very telling that you get so angry so quickly.
No, did get angry, got assertive.
Yes, assertive. Oh, that's called assertive. It's very interesting.
Do
I'm
you-
curious about the deflection to Obama when I didn't even bring up Trump.
No, you brought up cages, and there's only one president where kids were in cages.
So that's brand new, huh? That's never happened before.
I'm not sure what the question is.
So you're not sure the question is meaning that children have never been in prison except between 2008 and
Do you
2016?
think that we should test? Do you think that we should test when someone brings someone
I
across
asked
the
a-
border, whether or not that it's their parents or not?
You think we should ask?
Do you think we should test?
Test?
Yeah, in case that they're being child trafficked across the border.
Well, if they're being trafficked across the border, it's because we're bringing them in.
What do you mean by how are we bringing?
Why would they be? Well, you didn't answer my question. You avoided my question.
No, I
Very
asked the
clearly.
question
It's
in
a tactic.
return.
Yeah, by asking a question, you avoided my question. That's a tactic. That's a male-dominant tactic.
Male. What does having being a male have to do with anything?
I mean, you're issuing it right now.
What do you mean?
Now, let me explain. When you're here presenting to us, right? And someone asks you a question, and in a very political way, you deflect the question with a question. You didn't answer the question. So basically, you've got nothing to say except
I got a
political
lot to
rhetoric.
say. I got a lot to say.
Okay, awesome.
Such as our president's doing an extraordinary job. Lowest ever Hispanic unemployment rate, lowest ever Black unemployment rate.
So this is
Tens of thousands
this is
of
a
child
political
sex
statement for
traffickers
Donald Trump.
being arrested. Well, I love
You
the
are
president.
here making a Trump.
Am
this
I?
is a pro-Trump speech for you. This has nothing to do with genders
Well, it has a
or
lot.
children.
I'll talk about anything
You're
you want to
sitting
talk
here
about.
telling me how much you love
Thank you.
Trump.
Have a great day. God bless you. I'll pray for you.
Oh my goodness, that will help a lot.
Prayer is a powerful thing.
Yes, it is. It has done horrendous things to this planet.
Prayer has done horrendous things to this
It
planet.
has. Through Christianity and through a lot of other religions.
Folks,
Narrow-minded religions have caused a lot of pain and suffering on this planet.
more people have died over the last 100 years under the guise of Marxism and statism than any other ideology, not even close.
More people have
100
died.
million people died under communism in the last 100 years.
100 million.
Yeah, 60 in Mao's China, 30 in Stalin's Russia,
I'm a
2 million in
history
Pol
major, I
Pot's Cambodia, at least 200,000 in Cuba. I can keep going.
I'm not preaching communism here.
No, but I'm
or
saying
anything.
more
You're
people have
sitting here
died
telling
under
me
statism.
nothing about children. You're telling me how much you support Trump and, and how much
I'll
communism
talk about
sucks.
whatever you want to talk about.
It's your conversation.
So what do
I'm
you
not-
believe?
I believe that there's a remedy for situations and not a political battle. I believe that if we work together and open our minds instead of militarizing ourselves, we could come up with a solution.
Isn't talking how we come to solutions?
Sure, but getting mad and making political stances on who you love and what the president's doing that's so great and what the communists are doing so bad is not a conversation, it's a statement.
Well, I'll
And
have
it's
a
blanket
conversation, but I
statement.
didn't have that.
Awesome. Maybe we could have a conversation in the history building sometime.
About what?
Maybe we could have a conversation in the history building sometime.
Yes,
An intelligent conversation.
History will
face
tell
to
us
face.
that when government grows too big, people suffer and die.
Yes.
That's what the history building should tell you. History will also tell you that
should tell us
history
what
will
it
also
does.
tell us we live in the greatest country ever to exist. History will also tell you that Western civilization is the greatest miracle that humans ever created.
Western history will tell you that.
Any history will tell you that.
Western history will tell you that.
Tell me.
Any history is a fallacy. I have to be in class, so I would really love to continue this.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. What an interesting video. Just by the title, I go to Portland to melt snowflakes. Wow, I don't really know why the name is this title, but the video indeed was interesting. You can tell Charlie is really someone that is very intelligent, always someone that is very articulated, always sincere, and always stand by the truth. He's not afraid to say the truth. And you can tell just by the different topic they were actually discussing in this video. I think for the lady, they were talking about how great American is, and just they talk about different topics. And I love the fact that Charlie is really very open-minded. He's ready to, discuss any topic with you. And it's always very sincere. He tells you how he feels, and he's not afraid to say the truth. I always love listening to Charlie because whenever I listen to him, I always learn one or two because Charlie indeed is someone that is very intelligent. So I would love to hear what you think about this video and about the fact and point Charlie have stated. Keep the comments coming. Don't forget, click on the subscribe button, click on the like button. Do have a nice day.
Yeah.